Hi, it's Chris Heller, Chief Real Estate Officer at Ojo.
And at Jeremiah Taylor, Vice President of Real Estate and Mortgage here at Ojo. Today, we want to talk a little bit about the housing market and what top agents are doing to win in this new market here in February of 2023. Now, 2022 was a weird year. We started on the back of an amazing 2021 with over 6 million homes sold, and we were on fire for the first half of the year. Inflation got a little out of hand. The Fed started to raise rates, and it really put the pressure on the market with that change in affordability. We ended up selling just over 5 million homes in the US in 2022. What that really means is we were on pace to sell 6 million in the first half and 3 million in the second half. So if you're an agent and you experienced some discomfort at the end of 2022, you're not alone. The great news is the market has started to come back, and it seems like spring is here. Now, when we look back historically at what happens in the housing market, even in 2009 and 2020, notably some of the most challenging spring times in the housing market, the number of homes that sell, the amount of inventory, and the price at which homes sell all has always gone up from January to June. And we expect 2023 to be no different. There will be more opportunities, more homes selling, and at higher prices than they're selling today. And the great news is that just last month in January, we're already seeing signs of life, and purchase mortgage applications are climbing, and interest rates are going down. In fact, just a few weeks ago, Jerome Powell said that he could see rates and the amount that they're raising rates starting to taper off and staying low. That means mortgage rates in the fives are likely not far away. So as an agent, Chris, what are you doing today to take advantage of this market and help buyers find opportunity?
This is the market where there's the opportunity is to take market share and take territory. The agents that are doubling down on their efforts, and by efforts, I mean activities, really looking at your day. Are you spending 70 to 80% of your day on revenue generating activities? And those activities, and just as a reminder, lead generation, lead follow-up, presenting, negotiating. Are we spending the majority of our time every day on those activities? If we are, we will start to build momentum. We'll get results. Those results will get more results, and the momentum builds. And that's how you have a great year this year.
That's amazing. Now let's let the market put some wind in our sails, and let's create the activities that are going to cause us to win this year. Now, I also want to point out one really interesting thing that happened for the first time. And if I'm an agent, this is something I'm going to talk about. For the first time ever, since 1989, the National Association of Realtors has been tracking this. The average family in the United States could not afford to qualify for the mortgage for the average home. Now, this peaked in October, where the average household income across the US was $89,000. That's actually the median, not the average. And the income needed to qualify to buy the median home was $98,000 a year. If you want to know why the market kind of had the wind out of its sails, that's a strong indicator of why. Now, the great news is through the first quarter, we're seeing wages continue to grow, and we're seeing interest rates come down, and prices across the country have come down almost 11.5% from their June peak. So the great news is homes have gotten more affordable, and yet we know that'll change because history tends to repeat itself. So expect those prices to come up, expect affordability to get crunched a little bit as we come through the spring. So Chris, as you hear that and you're an agent, how do you help communicate that to a buyer or seller? Why should they have urgency about taking advantage of this market now?
If I'm talking to a seller, the conversation is, if you're planning to sell anytime in the near future, anytime this year, the sooner you do it, the more money you're likely to walk away from. We see the trends. We see where the market's at. This is the time to take action. If you're a buyer, this is the time where the motivated sellers are going to do what they need to get their home sold. This is when we can negotiate things and prices that we haven't been able to do for several years. Let's go out and get a great deal. So 6 to 12 months from now, you look back and go, wow, I'm glad I did what I did when I did it. So we hope this helps. Quick market update. This is what's going on. You know what to do. Now let's go do it. Thanks for watching.